Good morning. I'm going to take a little time to talk about the 2021 Special Education 504 compliance and how does it change and how does it stay the same in the virtual setting. So what changes this to this? So in February in 2020, we had our kids in our classrooms, everything acting as normal, and all of a sudden we shut down in March. So in April, we were doing the ELP, ungraded work, and got through the rest of the school year and did the best that we could. So in September 2020, we're going to start off in the virtual setting, but our expectations have changed. We will be giving grades, we will have high expectations, and rigorous performance tasks. So what still stays the same for our students with disabilities? What changes do we need to think about? Who are the key roles and who benefits? What still stays the same for our students with disabilities? The IEPs will still guide and be instrumental in our instructional practices. IEP case managers and school counselors will be available for consultation and advice. 504 and IEP accommodations will still have to be followed to support our students. We will still maintain and work through all this using collaborative strategies. Students with disabilities will continue to be successful and excel here at Kempsville High School. So what changes do we need to think about? First of all, we need to think about the elevated anxiety from our parents and our students. We need to think about the challenges of virtual instruction and assessment. We need to think about the challenges in developing sustained relationships virtually with our students. We need to have planning instruction to utilizing SDI in the virtual environment. So how can I utilize the collaborative teaching structures on the virtual platform? The same way we always have: team teaching, alternative teaching, station teaching, one teach, one assist, parallel teaching, one teach, one observe, and consultation teaching will still all work the same in the virtual setting. We just will be using a different platform to utilize these structures.
In order to avoid any type of litigation in our building, it's important to discuss and highlight certain aspects of the special education compliance, such as the types of paperwork that you will see, meetings that are held, services and accommodations, and specially designed instruction. As far as paperwork is concerned, IEPs are very, very important, and all teachers have access to the IEPs. Case managers will provide a copy of the students' accommodations. And it is important to follow and implement all accommodations on the IEP to avoid being out of compliance. If there is a question on any of the accommodations, please feel free to talk with the case manager. Teacher comment forms will be given to all the teachers as well throughout different parts of the year in order to get feedback on how they are currently progressing. Educational summaries are given to teachers for the Special Education Committee. This is a document that is required by law to have at the reevaluation meetings, as also for initial eligibilities. So look out for those. It's important that they are filled out thoroughly because this type of feedback determines what is written in the IEP as well as eligibility for special education. Different types of meetings that you will be asked to attend are IEP meetings. These are held annually when students are not making progress on their goals, when the student is failing a class, a progress report or report card periods, and when a parent requests a meeting. SEC meetings, which also again stands for Special Education Committee, are held for students that have been referred because a suspicion of a disability was given to the team, as well as for students who are being reevaluated for continued services in the special education setting. It's very important to attend these meetings in order to provide the appropriate feedback and how they're progressing in the classroom setting. Services and accommodations. These are two different things. The services is the actual setting in which the student is receiving their instruction, and accommodations are what the student needs to access the actual curriculum and to make progress in their areas of deficit. And these, again, are required by law to be followed. We have attached a document that is going to kind of help you navigate or give you some ideas on how to support teachers with accommodations and modifications in distance learning environments, because it might look a little bit different A lot of things you can still continue to do, but just some suggestions on how to kind of help you navigate through that. And then specially designed instruction. And the definition of that is adapting content, methods, and or instructional delivery to meet the unique needs of a student. And this really just describes what the teacher will do to assist the student to progress on his or her IEP goals. And it also includes the instructional practices and methods the teacher uses that addresses the student's unique needs. The needs are determined by the data collected in the student's IEP. And what does this look like virtually? A lot of the things that you'll be able to do that you've done in the past can be changed to virtually, and we recommend that you collaborate with your inclusion teachers and the case manager and look at the students' specific deficit areas in order to plan and instruct to their specific needs. And who benefits? Everyone benefits. The students benefit because they will be receiving the instruction that they need and the modifications, especially design instruction that they need in order to progress towards graduation. Teachers also benefit because their student will be able to pass their class and the SOL, if it's an SOL class, and then their student will be succeeding. Parents also benefit because they will be happy with their student progress and them being able to learn in your classroom. And of course the school benefits because we will hopefully reach the on-time graduation, and they will also continue with accreditation, and then we will become closer to bridging that gap between students with disability and content areas. And of course, at any point in time you have any questions at all, please feel free to email or call Mr. Barber, Mrs. Sutton, or Mrs. Murphy, and we will do what we can to help you in any way within the classroom or outside the classroom. Thank you.